Peace, family. Did y'all see that press conference Donald Trump and Elon Musk had in his office the other day? And I know a lot of people have been talking about Elon Musk and his son. And as a self-proclaimed leader of my people and the citizen founder of my organization, Citizens of the African Order, I feel it's my duty to not just see the obvious, but to see the things that our people should be seeing, to pay attention to that. But before I get into that, I'm going to address what everybody else addressed. The child in this scenario and the words that was coming out of this baby's mouth directed straight at Donald Trump. This child walked over there to Donald Trump and said, "You are not the president, you need to go." You could hear him on the hot mic. And Donald Trump sitting in the Oval Office. It kind of reminded me of Color Purple when Celie was dressing down Mr. And the father said, what you gonna do? You're sitting at the head of your own table. Said nothing. At least Mr. barked back. Donald Trump said nothing. This clearly shows that Elon Musk has been feeding this child this information. This is where he got it from. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about no more about how Joe Biden has been sitting in the basement and somebody else been being president for him. Well, you see a clear example of that right here, right now. And let me be clear, I'm not for the Democrat or Republican Party, but I'm here to call a spade spade. There's no way on earth that if Joe Biden had been in Donald Trump's position and George Soros or whoever else be funding the Democrats came in there and one of his children walked over there to Joe Biden and you could hear this child say that to him, y'all would have been all over it. You know, Donald Trump has been bought and paid for, and he knows it. This is why this man didn't say anything. And this is the guy that you said is going to go over there and put Vladimir Putin in his place. You couldn't even correct a 4 or 5-year-old child. It's embarrassing. But like I said, that's the obvious. What drew my attention is when Elon Musk started to speak. I don't know who's the worst, Elon or Donald Trump. These are two of the worst speakers I've ever heard. It's hard for me to follow what he was saying. But what he did say was that the Department of Governmental Efficiency, DOGE, how they're finding all this corrupt spending. And he said that he's here to restore democracy. Well, if you are here to restore democracy, why did you create a department called the Department of Governmental Efficiency? If democracy is no longer here, you already know the government isn't efficient. You need to be explaining what an efficient government does. Because, see, if you had an efficient government, it would address all the needs of the people. I don't know how you run this operation that you have now and explain how this fix is going to look 4 years from now. How do you fix this country when you done trying to dismantle the Board of Education, FEMA, USAID, and all these other wild things that y'all are in here trying to do? When all the dust is settled and the smoke is cleared, what does this fix look like? Because, see, an efficient government addresses all the needs of the people. The only thing Elon Musk is talking about is, and people who support this lunacy, is where the money's going. But see, he also said that trust it's not should be just given, but it should be demonstrated as well. Well, then, if you want me to trust you, Elon Musk, first of all, be elected to this position. Don't just have somebody put you there with no official title. There's nothing binding you or holding you accountable to your actions. And let me also say this to you ancient mamas and sambos who sit up here talking about Elon Musk is doing this for a hobby. He ain't got nothing else better to do. You know, he can come in here and do this and he don't need to be paid for it. Elon Musk has over $400 billion. If he has benefited from this inefficient government, why is he so determined to fix it? He's $400 billion in the black. I can see if he came in here and said, because he's the biggest recipient of these government contracts, not the people, Elon Musk. If he was really here to put an efficient governing body over the people, he would have encouraged Donald Trump not to be the recipient of all these contracts, because it is the taxpayers' money that pay these contracts. And the beneficiaries of that should be the taxpayers themselves, not no one individual. But see, he's not doing that. When you talk about having an efficient governing body, you're talking about the education, the health, the welfare, the culture of the people. And if they are to maintain in this position, they need elected officials that they have a choice in to govern over it. You know, and my thing is, another point I want to bring out is this. If Donald Trump is so committed to bringing about or correcting this corrupt government, stop all this wasteful spending, why Donald Trump? If this country needed to be run by a businessman, and let's say I agree with you 100%. If this country needed to be run by a businessman, why Donald Trump? What experience did this man have in being economically, personally responsible that he could now use to influence this governing system, to correct it from its evil ways? What experience and knowledge did this man bring to the table? Absolutely nothing. Are you sitting up here telling me that there is not one other businessman that has political aspirations that you could have supported to be president of the United States? You picked the most corrupt businessman of them all, and one that's not even a real businessman. He's a businessman on TV and in books that he done paid people to write for him. He's not even a real businessman in real life. You know, and when you look at the clowns that this guy has hired in his cabinet, you sit up here, you berated Kamala Harris for not having no experience, but everybody who you've appointed had absolutely no experience. This is ridiculous. But the thing is, where do we get this efficient government from? It's going to address and maintain all the needs of all the people, regardless of who is in office. Where is it going to come from? Do you think it's going to come from these two? Black people, if we don't come together and forge our own governing body to own and control our own means to sustain our own existence, this is how we can get the efficient government that we need to look over the needs and interests of our people. One that we can trust because we know them and they know us. we will all be in this together. If this system crumble and fail, people like Elon Musk and Donald Trump, it won't make them no difference whatsoever. They got it made whether this administration is a success or failure. But I guarantee you this. The Bible says you cannot get sweet and bitter waters from the same fountain. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, who have reaped billions of dollars from this corrupt system, is not going to turn around and flip the switch and now benefit the least from it. If you believe that, I don't know what to tell you. It's ridiculous.